Hello there, Site 42 staff, as well as those of you from the greater SCP Foundation. And welcome to another Dr. Sherman's Office Hours, a subsidiary of the anomalous broadcast from Site 42. As always, I am Dr. Theron Sherman, Site Director here at Site 42 of the SCP Foundation. And as I have done for over a year and 2 months, because that's right, the daily stream streak remains strong, I am here to open my office doors to you, the SCP Foundation staff, to answer your burning questions about this dark and mysterious place of employment we call the SCP Foundation. So whether you have questions about the anomalies we contain, the anomalies we contain, the staff who contain them, the groups of interest who try to stop us from containing them, or hypothetical containment procedures about anomalies that fall outside of the SCP Foundation's purview. Perhaps they're from a different multiverse or pataphysical narrative level, i.e., fandom. Either way, we are here for the next probably around 2 hours, maybe 3 if we're feeling zesty. But before we move to general Q&A, allow me to start a little bit of housekeeping. First and foremost, Intern Mamori, welcome to today's stream and thank you for being the most punctual member of today's Containment Hazard Assessment team, i.e., congratulations on being first chatter. Then, CD23, Amber, Sleepless Dragon, Creepypasta George Harrison, Silent Follower, Puppet Boy, Blue Phantom. Amber, if I didn't say your name. Senior Researcher Alex. Everyone who I have just named, thank you for being here punctually, and thank you for being here as members of Site 42 on YouTube. We appreciate your membership and your service. Furthermore, interns, Rain, Griffith, Hunter Mark, Bacon Sue, Lola Bunny, Founder, Zen, Horror Seeker, Dora, Musical Sand, Hardy Fam, Sean, Arrow Stars, Microplastics, and Not a Chaos Insurgency Spy. Thank you for being here punctually, and thank you for being here in turns just for being you. Now, I am being visited by Puppy of Interest 42, codenamed Charlie, who has been on field missions for the last couple of days and now requires some attention from the Containment Hazard Assessment team, but in the most awkward way she could possibly make it. Baby girl, welcome back to the anomalous broadcast from Site 42. Do you have any words of inspiration for the chat? No, just aura farming, I see. Well, the harvest is quite well. Now, as I've been warning you all, Puppy of Interest 42 has been on field missions recently and has been taking care of some proper training. At which time, it is now to show you her progress. So if you allow a slight detour from Agent Goose.
Baby. That's right. Roll over. You're a good baby girl. Yeah, that was the tricky one. Good job. Good job.
She did it.
Good job, Charlie.
Victory for the baby. What is this, day 3 of training?
Yep.
Congratulations to Puppy of Interest 42, codenamed Charlie, the smartiest sweetie pumpkin in Site 42. Now, today's stream subject. My cortisol levels are so spiked you could nickname them volleyball. As I warned you would happen, I do not like losing. As much as I, as a person who through life has triumphed over adversity, has pushed the envelope, has fought as hard as I can, and has learned to take the lessons from failure, it does not mean I enjoy it. And therefore, today, it is with great stress, annoyance, and overall grouchiosity that I say that we are no longer sponsoring the movie by Keter Labs because the Kickstarter has fallen. Project unsuccessful. Grumble, grumble, grumble. It is at this point that Keter Labs moves into what we call the debrief phase. They're going to chat among themselves. They're going to discuss with me the pros and cons of their campaign, what went wrong, what went right. I will assist them in that. So in the future, they can make even better choices to bring a better film to the SCP community. But in the meantime, I have to choke on the bitter taste of defeat. And I do not appreciate the bitter taste of defeat, even if it is a step on the road to victory. It doesn't mean I need to like it. Chat, I may have figured out why the internet quality was poo-poo, and I do believe I may have fixed it. Tell me if that did its due diligence.
It does not look like MySpace anymore.
All right, good. We have a cleanup. I guess the glorious anger that I have inside me disrupted the internet slightly. I am doing my best to do my yogic breathing, my meditation to control my rage. But just let it be known, Site 42 staff, I am currently not in the mood for tomfoolery. That being said, we will be doing multiple things today to be mood improvement stratagems. Starting with, coincidentally, the video that Synth put on the docket for today's release, I do believe is a good method for all of us, at which point We can all learn a lesson today from an anomaly in containment at the Site 42 skate park, Coney Hawk. Let us watch. This video is your sign. We all make mistakes, but we can also be like Coney Hawk, failing and yet getting back up and sticking it. Do your best. I'm proud of you. This video is your sign. We all make mistakes, but we can also be like Coney Hawk, failing and yet getting back up and sticking it. Do your best. I'm proud of you. And the moral is clear, because why do we fall, sir, if not to get back up again? And so coincidentally, that did make me feel a little better to have that younger, more fresh-faced universe's Dr. Sherman remind me that there is a step in the right direction, even over the logs of failure that try to trip us. Furthermore, today's stream subject in general is we will be going over some ha-ha, hecking, joke SCPs for my personal entertainment and cheering upness, and hopefully it will do the same for you all. But before we move over to the -J SCPs, let me start by catching up on any donations that have come in during the introduction, as well as a couple general Q&A questions. We'll be alternating between -Js and general Q&A today. What about This Is My JamCon? Intern Tamari. The next This Is My JamCon article is going to be a 5-hour read. I'm not in the mood. Blue Phantom, thank you for your 4 months as a Mobile Task Force Captain here at Site 42. We appreciate your membership and your service. Dr. Sherman, what's the news on the Plague Doctor plush? I haven't seen any message about the one I pre-ordered. Did they fall through? Also, how's your day? My day is iffy, but we will persevere. Meanwhile, the Plague Doctor plushes, there was no risk of them not going through. The Plague Doctor plushes, you should reach out to the contact information of the Plush Foundry website where you ordered it for more details. I do not have the details on when those were being launched. They were part of a separate campaign that was linked with the Dr. Sherman plushie. Amber, thank you for sending sunshine on a cloudy day on your way past the commissary. Blue Phantom, thank you for sending 5 promotions to the Containment Hazard Assessment team. Chatters, if you received one of those promotions and you are currently present, make sure to thank Blue Phantom for their generosity. And let's not forget, before we go into -Js, everyone, happy Pride Month to all of Site 42 and the SCP Foundations, Ls, Gs, Bs, Ts, Qs, Is, As, and pluses. Reminder that SCP Wiki is currently holding Pride Fest 2026, featuring lots of LGBTQ-related works on the SCP database. Today's feature, Turning Out, is a wonderful tale about discovering and coming to terms with one's Arrow Ace status. So if you are on the Arrow or Ace spectrums, you may feel seen by the June 24th feature, Turning Out, by SCP author Merarab on the SCP database. Cypher's Girl, thank you for your 13 months as a level 1 researcher here at Site 42. We appreciate your long-term membership and service. Nice shirt, 7-2. That's a 5-minute times out for Cypher's Girl. 1, because I'm in a bad mood in the first place. 2, because you put very little effort into trying to troll me. The next time you can talk, try harder. Nice hair. I took 682 for a walk. Well, thank you for complimenting my hair. And taking 682 for a walk is against protocol, and you will be paying for funeral services for everybody who has been killed by your actions. Has the SCP Foundation ever questioned Cartoon Cat? Intern Norioxo. No, because the Cartoon Cat is a Trevor Henderson creation from the Trevor Henderson Universe of Anomalies, it is not an SCP Foundation contingent IP. Compatible, I should say. Compatible IP. Therefore, it is not an SCP, it is not on the SCP Wiki. However, if the SCP Foundation had to contain it, I do believe it'd be rather easy since it just lives within an abandoned mall. If we just lock up the mall, we're in a pretty good place. I will eat every single bit of SCP-999, just kidding. Intern Dora, it's a good thing you were just kidding. SCP-999 is 2 meters by 1 meter. It is the size of a couch. So your stomach could not eat every bit of it without rupturing. It would be bad for your health. You are correct, Intern Veloso. And Aninsa Monica Star, whatever your name is, Intern. It is Deltarune today. I've been holding off watching the stream so that I can watch some playthroughs of creators I respect at 2 times speed. I look forward to some silly theories. Has anyone found Josie the Half-Cat's other half yet? Intern Labyrinth, not to my knowledge. I am sad we didn't meet the minimal donations for the SCP movie. Yes, that is true. We did not succeed, which is what I am most grouchy about today. Let alone the fact that I started the week fighting with Pride Month angry trolls, who the chuds always raise my hackles, so to speak. I enjoy fighting them because they deserve to be beat on their heads for being losers for hating Pride Month. But it is like eating poison. So I need to rest after that. And with a dour defeat at the end of the week, it has not been a good week for Homestar Runner. Clarification here, the name is an Insomniac Star. Thank you, Intern Insomniac. I appreciate the clarification. All right, Site 42 staff. Today, to cheer myself up regarding the week I've had, our stream subject is going to be looking at some funny SCPs. Maybe I've read them, maybe I haven't. If I have read them, it's because I'm passing them on to you for your entertainment, to bring a joy to all of us. And of course, how could I not start with a delightful little scamp, SCP 789-J, Codename the Butt Ghost. A very short SCP which I can read in its entirety. Item number SCP-789-J. Object class safe. Special containment procedures. SCP-789-J is kept in my toilet and only I can talk to it. Description: SCP-789-J is a ghost that is a face. It lives in a toilet, and it talks to you while you poop. Then when you poop, it goes, "No, stop, ah!" and then stops because there is poop in its mouth. SCP-789-J travels around in butts. You can only get rid of it by wiping. That is the moral of the story. Sometimes it kills other butts and makes them butt ghosts too, but it is always lonely because it is a butt ghost. Addendum: if you fall in the toilet, it eats your butt. By researcher James, age 11. Honestly, that's the face of SCP-343 too. As well. 343 as well. You can't convince me otherwise. Thank you, researcher James, age 11, for your very important documentation, as Puppet Boy puts it. Skywarp, thank you for sending 5 stars to the Containment Hazard Assessment Team. Because of your efforts, you have made them a 5-star rank Containment Hazard Assessment Team. Bravo! Keep up the good work, chat. Don't get yourself knocked down to 5 stars again. Or knocked down to 1 star again. Morning Stars, thank you for your first donation to today's stream, as well as being a member. Grab yourself some delightful hot honey feta cheese dip on your way past the commissary. Dr. Sherman, what happens if one accomplishes eating SCP-999? Once again, it is the size of a couch. Your stomach is much smaller than a couch. Your stomach would rupture well before you finished eating SCP-999. You would die. There is no successfully eating SCP-999. Dr. Sherman, just be glad we're getting SCP the anime. Intern Tambari, I have spent today distracting myself with the bright side. That SCP Galleonic succeeded so well. That SCP Red Window succeeded. That other things in my life are going quite well. My health is rapidly improving. Brian is almost primed to be surgically removed from my shoulder so that it can live a happy life in containment outside of my body. My ankle rehab is going well. There are lots of good things happening, don't get me wrong. But that doesn't mean I am not going to express some anger about this failure and use it to fuel future victories. Poor, toxic release of anger should not be the goal, but driven grumpiness with an eye towards future successes. That's what we do. In turn, Mysterious Trader, my opinion on SCP-049 is it killed my buddy Ray. So I don't have a very high opinion of it. Can you please make a YouTube short on making your own SCP's OC? Amber, it's funny, if you're on TikTok, you could go over to the TikTok playlist on Site 42, because I do have a playlist over there called SCP OC Tips. Multiple shorts. And so if you are a TikTok user, there is a playlist for that already that you can utilize. Furthermore, while I am preparing to make shorts about all sorts of things, feel free to ask any questions in this chat about it, and I will do my best to answer. Because your questions in chat also often become the shorts that our editor, Synthetic Alien, clips and releases as videos. Intern Infinite Times. What if you brought SCP-999 on stream? Well, that means I would have to get out of my chair and go get SCP-999. Also, our full-sized SCP-999 is currently in testing, but I have a different multiverses miniaturized SCP-999 that I could bring on stream, but I'm feeling a little lazy from getting up from my office right now. Morning Stars, thank you for donating again to say, please look at SCP-111. What is it you want me to see in SCP-111? We're looking at codename Dragon Snails. They are fire-breathing snails. This is quite interesting as an anomaly, I will admit. Dr. Wondertainment kind of cooked with the fire-breathing snails, so to speak. But suffice it to say, there's not much more to them. They are dragon snails. Intern Falcon, thank you for sending a gold coin to the Containment Hazard Assessment team. I'm sure they will spend it wisely. Skywarp, thank you for your 3 months as an overseer here at Site 42. We appreciate your membership, your service, and your leadership. I am hopeful that there will be more opportunities for an SCP movie in the future. Also, as I am a Cybertronian immune, am I as a Cybertronian immune to 049's touch that kills? So first and foremost, there will certainly be more opportunities for an SCP film. I will not allow it to be otherwise. One way or the other, we push forward Site 42, and I do hope you have my back in that ambition. There will be other projects. We will support them to the best of our ability, and we will get this in theaters. Furthermore, I am unfamiliar with the biological processes of a Cybertronian. I do believe they are robotic instead of biological. And because of that, I don't believe that 049 would have an effect because it stops biological functions. Robotic functions are different. Okay. Oh, wait. Carakel, thank you for your first donation to today's stream as well as being a member. Grab yourself some steak nachos on your way past the commissary. Got to spend time with 999. Anomaly's immunity stopped its effect from working. Site directors now try to cheer 999 up after it failed to affect me. Kinda feel bad now for making it sad. Oof. That test did not go as I intended. We do not want to make the orange blob sad. Intern Lisona, thank you for your first donation to today's stream. Grab yourself a blueberry muffin on your way past the commissary. If the rubber were an SCP, how to contain it? Well, seeing as it has stopped production and is only releasing compilations, I think we could consider it already contained. All right, for the next SCP joke anomaly that I would like to bring to your attention for funsies, let's take a look at an anomaly I mention very often, but we haven't talked about in depth on the channel, despite its extreme usefulness. SCP-4357-J. Codename, the Cooperative Demon. SCP-4357-J is a red-skinned humanoid standing 3 meters tall and massing approximately 200 kilograms. It has a barbed tail, 2 leathery wings emerging from its shoulder blades, and 2 curved, sharpened horns immediately above its eyes. It is naked, but does not possess any visible primary or secondary sexual characteristics. The entity constantly emits heat in the range of 40 to 50 degrees Celsius, and occasionally as high as 95 degrees when angered. It does not appear to require food or sleep, and is in an almost constant state of agitation. It frequently insults staff members' intelligence and skill, specifically citing their incompetence in containing it. So, if you have not understood the anomaly at its start here, it is a frickin' demon. A quick side tangent. Intern Peglar. Intern Pegler, thank you for sending funny cat ears to the Containment Hazard Assessment team. I am sure for both my grouchiness and their day, it has brought an improvement of whimsy. So, the interview logs with SCP 4357-J have been extremely illuminating because whenever it calls us incompetent in containing this frickin' demon, it also accidentally informs us on how to better contain it. As in, Agent Redacted is interviewing the anomaly. Please identify your purpose here. Fuck you, man! You don't know me, you don't know what I am, you don't know what I can do. Hell, you don't even know how to keep me here. I mean, what are you, amateurs? You don't even have any holy water with you. How the hell are you supposed to drive me back if I decide to attack you? The agent responds, I see. Please wait here. Someone will return shortly. Later on, a devout Catholic agent returns with said holy water. Please remain at least 10 feet away from me or I'll spray you. Dumb fuck! You think these wings are just for show? I could fly over and rip your throat out before you could pull that trigger. Shit, man. Where's the goddamn summoning circle? Or the protective hexagram? You guys don't know jack shit. Hell, go get some chalk and I'll show you myself. That seems like a good idea. Brings back some chalk. After 15 minutes creating a protective circle, the demon finishes its drawing. And that is how you make a proper summoning circle. All the runes in place, everything nice and neat. Now, if I step in it like this, it'll be hard for me to get out. 4357-J tries to step out of said circle and bumps into an invisible barrier. Oh, fuck me! Next interview. 4357-J sat still for about 3 hours, thinking to itself. It then utilized its wings to fly into the air and escaped the barrier, after which it said, "Ha! I thought those things only went up 15 feet or so. I'm free, suckasses!" Agents ran into the room, spraying it with holy water until it returned to the circle. Shit, that hurts, motherfuckers! Doesn't matter, though. I'll just jump out again. It's not like you can put up a cage that'll hold me, either. I can bust through anything other than wrought iron that has the words of Solomon on it. And where the unholy fuck are you gonna find that nowadays, huh? The next day, Foundation metalworkers install a wrought iron cage under the supervision of the blessing of Rabbi Redacted. 4357-J responds. Shit. Next interview. The rabbi starts the conversation. Are you any more agreeable today, demon? Hey, I'm doing fine, pork breath. You cocksuckers are the only ones with a problem. Blood and brimstone, you fuckers couldn't even build the cage right. I've been testing it and I could rattle it apart and get free before you dickheads could even get in here with that thrice be damned holy water. But what about the words of Solomon? They command you to stay. Oh, for fuck's sake, Rabbi Pigfucker. You of all people should know that the Seal of Solomon is a hexagram. No star to hold me, and I can run wild as soon as you motherfuckers turn your backs. We have plenty of chalk, demon. I wager I can draw a seal before you could escape. Rabbi, I'm actually disappointed in your stupidity. You really think that chalk is good enough to hold a seal? Why do you think all those backwood fuckstains talk about using salt and silver to hold back the monsters in the dark? They're remembering us and what drives us back. Thank you, demon. You've been educational as always. Fuck! Wait, no, forget I said that. I was lying. Yeah, that's us demons, always lying our asses off. Can't trust a word we say. Final interview. The final agent speaking with our demon friend is a devout Buddhist this time. Hello, SCP-4357. I have a question for you today. Fuck off, asshole. I ain't saying nothing to you shitheads anymore. You keep locking me down tighter. There's actually a very simple question that had been bothering me for a while. Why didn't you escape before we set up all this? I didn't. I thought that. Oh, god damn it! End log. SCP-4357-J is currently in containment, where it has been consulted on future Tartarian class entity containment procedures. A very useful entity. All right, I am returning to the chat for a little general Q&A. Skywarp, thank you for sending 3 sparkles to the Containment Hazard Assessment team. I'm sure they will enjoy cleaning up even more glitter bombs. Skywarp also thank you for sending 2 100s to the Containment Hazard Assessment team. I'm sure they'll keep it 100 at your urging. Kakiro Miro, thank you for sending 5 stars to the Containment Hazard Assessment team. They retain their 5-star status with 1 additional prestige rank, thanks to your urging. Intern Lithuanian Gal, thank you for your first donation to today's stream. Grab yourself a fruit salad, yummy, yummy, on your way past the commissary. Morning Stars, thank you for donating again to say. I'm keeping SCP-023 as my emotional support anomaly. 023, you say. The Black Shuck. Pardon my French, but the fuck you are. You are not keeping a dangerous crossroads entity as a pet. That is blatantly against protocol, and you know it. HR will never approve it. Intern Ithaca, thank you for your first donation of today's stream. Go ahead and get yourself some pork rinds on your way past the commissary. Cortisol level spiking, we have a fix for that. Well, I am not taking any particular medicinals for this. I am wallowing at the moment. We are using positive thinking and general griping to get out of this funk today. Au naturel. I have Sherman in Tomodachi Life, and he's my favorite right now. He's friends with the doctor. He greets people with a sweeping bow, and his favorite food is cheese. Well, as a white people, I must admit that us white people do like cheese. So, yes, and the sweeping bow, that is quite something I am known for silly purposes. Dado has fixed for spiky cortisol. Yes, is very effective. Not a chance in heaven or hell, Dado. I will not be participating in your parapharmacological studies today. I would suggest reading SCP-9040. Excellent, amusing dialogue. Amber, it's not a joke, SCP, but I trust your judgment. Pirates of the Cockroaches. Well, I do like pirates. There are a lot of interviews. This seems to be a rather long art. Or no, there's one interview. And a table. Okay. So not as much as I thought. Oh, dear God. SCP-9040-00, otherwise known as the ship, it has a pirate flag, of course, because it's pirates. But I looked at the flag, and immediately I remembered, oh, Deltarune today? Is it Deltarune today? I wonder. All right, let's take a quick skim of the rest of the article and then see what the dialogue is doing. So, 9040 is a collective designation for a population of German cockroaches, individually designated -1 through -53. Incidents exhibit sapience, fluent vocal speech, anthropomorphic behavior, and significantly extended lifespans. All wear garments consistent with late 18th century European maritime fashion, typically accessorized with sewing needles in place of swords and miniature firecrackers in place of pistols. I hate bugs in general, but this is goddamn adorable. 9040 collectively operate 9040-00, a 1 to 165 scale museum quality Admiralty model of the HMS Endeavour. Though not anomalous, it exhibits extensive modifications presumably performed by the 9040 entities. Alterations primarily involve functional rigging and equipment, along with branding adapted to 9040. So they have a captain and a quartermaster. They have a carpenter, helmsman, and 2 seamen. They have a gunner, an able seaman, and an ordinary seaman. And there have been the rest of the crew is not called out as worth talking about, and to shorten the stream, to shorten the document. Good work. So here is our interview with the crew of SCP-9040. Now, this is Dr. Jessica Marta Morthon and a bevy of the pirates, featuring mainly the captain, -1, -2, -3, -6. Let's see what we've got here. Dr. Morthon begins speaking. Good afternoon, Captain, and to the rest of your crew. I appreciate you agreeing to speak with me. The captain responds. Aye, lass, let us parley. They'll mock ye. It ain't for the love of your kind. 'Tis 'cause we have no choice. The -6 entity. We shouldn't be jawing with Titans at all. Did you see how the last one acted? -4. Belay that, Antonio. The captain's word stands. We'll have need of a Titan's timber for to mend our lady back to health. -9. Lass, you've no idea what it was like. In all me years, I've never seen nothing the like. The sky split, and the great sea boiled in the blink of an eye. 'Twas the maelstrom. Multiple instances began shouting until the captain intervened by igniting a firecracker from its chest belt. Silence! Rochard, keep your mandibles shut for I see to feed 'em to the sticklebacks. Captain, perhaps you'd like to provide an account of this maelstrom? A bargain, then. The captain will spin you the tale, and you'll grant us timber enough to mend the Queen's Aunt's revenge. The Queen's Aunt's revenge. Aye, the Queen Ant's revenge! Only string for the tale. The string and half a timber. Deal. A bargain struck, a bargain honored. Mark me words, you'll regret it. Ahem. The great sea was calm that morn. Sun shone, sails were full, and crew singing their duties. We were down on the gun deck, cards on the table, truly a fair day. Then down comes the Caracas, Scotland from the tops of its antenna all a quiver. Says a storm's a brewing. Course we laughed him off. I resent that. Stow it, you cheat. But as we dealt the next hand, a shadow crept across the cards. We looked up through the grate where the darkness had poured across the sky like a spilled bottle of ink. The winds turned cruel, howling like hounds loose from hell's own kennels. And the sea! Oh, the sea, lass! I wish I would have stayed under not to see her. Mountains of water higher than the mainmast. They crashed down, each threatening to steal me crew away. We danced with the tempest before, but this beast was another breed of fury. Still we fought, passing buckets from claw to claw. The lads reeling the sails and clinging to what they could, damned if they let go. And Tedio, curse his black heart, kept her true. We could hear her whole frame creaking beneath the swell, yet the revenge she held. And just when we thought the reap had passed us by, it came. It? What do you mean, it? A shadow, lass, greater than the storm itself, rushing toward us through the gale. What kind of shadow? The kind that swallows ships whole. The kind ye pray ye only ever see in nightmares. And when it rose beside our bow, we saw it plain. The devil's own Leviathan, Redmaw. Oh no! Oh no! The Redmaw! The Redmaw! Redmaw? Who? What is Redmaw? We'd never seen a creature like it, with wrath enough to tear worlds. We manned what cannon the torrent and not yet waterlogged. Shot and flame we hurled at it, but Redmaw's scales turned back our lead as though they were nothing more than raindrops. Its eyes, though vacant as the abyss, I could tell all we'd done was anger it with our defiance. It vanished beneath for a split second, and then like a mountain it rose from the water and crashed against the ship's waist. Snapped our mainmast clean in twain, and pitch aft the crew screaming into the brine. Their cries, lass, their cries still echo in me antennae. Cut short as the fiend devoured 'em. We watched it feast, powerless. That's horrible. We were stripped of hope, our guns spent, our decks slick with death. But then, bold young Ticker here seized a harpoon, lashed himself to the derrick, and called for a heave. 2 took the rope, then 4, then all. The crew put their carapaces to it. He swung, arced over the side of the deck and above the waves. I saw it under the water, ma'am. Big eyes like the size of helm wheels. Empty, dead eyes. No mercy in 'em. Thought I was done for. With but one chance as Redmaw rose from the deep, leaping to snatch another soul, Ticker's arm found its mark. The harpoon drove deep into the monster's eye. Before its jaw could close, we tore the derrick back from death's bite. The beast shrieked, a shriek to split the great sea. It reeled and thrashed neath the waves, its shadow swimming away. Soon after, the heavens cleared, as though it commanded the storm. My God. We had won, but victory came dear. The Revenge murmured with hurt, her belly filling fast. We steered her to the nearest shore, and there she lies still, wounded, but triumphant. What an important and dire tale. These cockroaches certainly are lucky to be alive. Now, after further research, we did look into this so-called red maw. We looked at fecal matter nearby the crew to check on the, it contained the crew of the ship, which is how we knew it came from the entity. Furthermore, we sketched descriptions of what the crew, how they described this red maw. Red maw was taxonomically identified as a young adult Carassius auratus. Footnote, genus, common goldfish. Likely released in the pond ecosystem by a nearby inhabitant. Those poor, poor pirate souls. Whoever unleashed that terrible goldfish upon them certainly must be keelhauled for their crime. Intern Jared, thank you for your first donation to today's stream. Grab yourself some waffles on your way past the commissary. Greetings, Doctor. Just finished watching the long-form video of what happened to Site 13 by Mr. Illustrated. My question is there anything the original author plans to add to the story? Intern Jared, I have not heard tell that the author of SCP 1730, codename What Happened to Site 13, DJ Cactus, has any plans to elaborate and lengthen that article. It sat where it is for several years. So I would not hold my breath for an update. Morning Stars, thank you for donating again to say, just estate containment with SCP-023 were free. Security staff, please track the GPS coordinates of Morning Star's mobile device and recontain the two anomalies. Minor violence against Morning Stars for their breach of protocol will be allowed without consequence. Dr. Sherman, was it you who sent an anonymous request to terminate 049? Reason listed, it killed my friend, goddammit. No, 369 Destroyer, I did not send that. Because if I wanted SCP-049 terminated, I would say it with my whole chest. I would not hide behind an anonymous request. Thank you. 049 has killed a lot of people's friends. I am sure the enemies list is long. Bugger, but I appreciate you answering my question. Such a good tale. Indeed, Jared. Now, DJ Cactus is still active on the SCP database, so be sure to check into DJ Cactus's author page, where you can see the litany of works they have written for the wiki, because if you enjoyed that one, you might enjoy their other works as well. Talked to Sherman, and he had this to say. Suffice it to say, failing at something isn't worthless. Learn what you can and move on. That's my motto. How pertinent. That is highly prurient dialogue. Uh, your video game character said that on this of all days. It sounds like me. How did you get it to sound like me? This game is starting to worry me. Is there a link to this Ko-Fi I keep hearing about? Kakiro Miro, yes. If you go into the description of this stream or the pinned chat, there is a link to the Site42 support beacon. The Site42 support beacon contains the link to the Ko-Fi. We appreciate you using the Ko-Fi for your donations, because Ko-Fi only takes 3% of your donation as a service charge, while YouTube Super Chat takes a whole 30% of every Super Chat. So if you want your donation to go further, especially larger donations, we greatly appreciate you going through the Ko-Fi. If Son Goku was to be in the SCP Foundation, how would it be contained? I mean, if it's even possible, of course. Quick note, Goku is a multiversal plus level. Yes, but we do know one thing, that it is weak to. Heart disease. That'll put in a containment coma real quick. You haven't answered my question. Intern Lily Cipher, this is the first time I have seen your name in stream. I have not seen your question. Therefore, I cannot answer what I do not know. Huh. No, wait a minute. Nolono. Prurient define. Having inclined to have or characterized by lascivious or lustful thoughts, desires. Huh. That is not. Oh, okay. I mixed it up with pertinent. There's the problem. I did not mean prurient. I meant pertinent. Oops. Good catch, actually. Thank you. Yeah, no, Deska, he got me. He got me good. Kakiro Miro, thank you for asking first and then making the effort to do your first donation of the day through the Ko-Fi. As we said, it makes more of your donation go to the creator, so we definitely appreciate you making the effort. Grab yourself some chicken wings on your way past the commissary. Passing on one of my tips, hope to see you in one of the movies. I, as a my author, as a performing artist and actor, would indeed like to be in one of the SCP movies if it happens. And so I will continue my journey to either make my own or be in other people's to the best of my ability in return for helping them to get them made. Because we should have more SCP Foundation movies than we do. What SCP turned you rainbow, Dr. Sherman? Intern SCP-000. There's no SCP involved. My mother bought me a nice tie-dye lab coat. Sits rather cunning, don't you think? It's a good look. And it just happens to be a good rainbow color for Pride Month. 2 birds, 1 stone, etc. Can I stay off cleaning duty for a week, please? Kakiro Miro, what would you like to do otherwise? Maybe you can trade duties with someone. Intern T. Rose, you are correct. Markiplier did Wharf stash my hair in vengeance for calling him out. And you know what? I ain't even mad. It looks fire. I've had a lot of fails in my life recently, but I've also regained my strength as an artist by engaging with the SCP community. Just being here is a win. Thank you, Dr. Sherman and Site 42. Maury, thank you for your excellent art and service. I am glad to have provided you an outlet and an inspiration. More art in the world is a good thing. And so keep up the good work, and you're quite welcome and thank you at the same time. Morning Stars, thank you for donating again, and this time making the effort to go through the Ko-Fi. We appreciate the effort. Now that me and SCP-023 have escaped successfully, don't think we'll forget about you. I'll have anomalous findings sent to your desk. We will find you. I hope you know that. No anomaly stays off our radar. Intern Just a Cloud, I am currently reading this chat. And if you don't know, now you know. Guys, is there any trans mask rep on the SCP site? I know there's probably trans femme, but I've never ever seen a trans mask rep in media like this. I thought that might be interesting. Sorry if annoying. Intern Insomniac, let me take a quick peek at the database and see what I find. Because I'm certain there will be. First of all, remember SCP-113, the gender switching stone, is a gender switching stone for everybody. So that includes trans mask and trans femmes. Oh, Isaac, formerly the goddess Aphrodite, is a contained anomaly. SCP Isaac Aphrodite. SCP-7454 is a trans mask god. So you can have that one. I can understand how that would be a slightly difficult subject to search for. Even I'm kind of racking my brain on how to find that in particularly, but at least I remembered one. I cannot remember which tale or SCP it's associated with. I think it's one of Sailor Enoch / Faust SCPs. Clef is trans mask in that. All right, Desk informs me that there is a part of the SCP multiverse where Clef is a trans mask. Interesting. Mm-hmm. 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 Dr. Sherman, can I please have SCP-999 to free the world of depression? No. That would reveal to the world that the anomalies exist. That is against protocol. It's against our code. So no. There's a reason we do not use anomalies for the greater good in that manner. It would be too overt, and it would break the veil of secrecy. Intern Nuller. SCP-3999 is one of my very favorite SCPs. The chat is quite familiar with that particular anomaly due to my love of that article. Also, if you haven't read it, or if you haven't listened to it, the recording I did damn near 10 years ago of SCP-3999 still holds up as a pretty good interpretation of a very surreal article. Some of that gets real haunting. Also, you just inspired the next joke SCP that we are reading to bring up my and the rest of chat's mood for the day. SCP-3999-J, codename Talleyrand's Sacrifice. And because I need it, I'm going to be reading this article in full. I hope you enjoy it. Item number SCP-3999-J, codename Talleyrand's Sacrifice. Object class Keter. Special containment procedures. SCP-3999-J is contained at Site-42 in Specialized Containment Wing R. On the 25th of June 2014, researcher James Talleyrand volunteered to dedicate around-the-clock support to containing SCP-3999-J. As such, researcher Talleyrand has been forbidden from leaving Containment Wing R under threat of lethal force. All visiting researchers to Containment Wing R must be cleared by researcher Talleyrand. Additionally, Containment Wing R has the following requirements. The enclosure must be cleaned daily. All organic matter is to be collected and disposed of. Soiled linens are to be washed, and all surfaces of the primary containment enclosure must be sanitized. Supplies and provisions are to be restocked daily. Researcher Talleyrand should be consulted every morning to determine any necessary special provisions or supplies for that day. Crews are to remain on hand at all times to service and fuel all vehicles in the containment track. Mobile Task Force Lambda 3, codename Bounty Hunters, has been established to contain SCP-3999-J. In addition to standard armaments, Mobile Task Force Lambda 3 is to maintain an arsenal of iCombat branded laser guns. The indoor containment pool must be kept at 29 degrees Celsius, while the auxiliary containment tub must be kept at 40 degrees Celsius. Description: SCP-3999-J is an entity capable of causing an XK-class end-of-the-world scenario at will. Accounts of its appearance are inconsistent, and it is believed that it can shapeshift. It can appear as a half-bear, half-man creature with many tentacles coming out of its back, or a nondescript human. Originally, it made stubborn demands for food and large sums of U.S. currency, but researcher Talleyrand has devised several containment strategies to keep its effects at bay. SCP-3999-J's secondary effect is an anti-memetic field that erases all memories of itself from anyone who views it. This effect occurs in real time, so the entity appears invisible. However, researcher Talleyrand is immune to the anti-memetic field. Studies are underway to determine researcher Talleyrand's unique immunity to SCP-3999-J. Update, 5th of January 2015. Guest researchers Candy Madison, Jackie Love, and Emma Angel have agreed to indefinitely assist researcher Talleyrand in containment efforts. Update, 5th of March 2015. Guest researchers Mitch Talleyrand and Trevor Mason were both confirmed to be immune to SCP-3999-J and have agreed to indefinitely assist researcher James Talleyrand in containment efforts. Update, April 19th, 2015. Guest researchers Alexa Cutie and Ivy Hart have agreed to indefinitely assist researcher Talleyrand in containment efforts. Godspeed to this terrifying staff. Documents 3999-J-1-3. These transcripts document the first known encounter with SCP-3999-J. The first is a phone call between the front desk staff of Site-42 and researcher Talleyrand. Hello, front desk. Yes, this is James Talleyrand. Can you ask the cafeteria to send up a cheeseburger and fries to my desk? I'm working late tonight. Let me check. No, sorry, you're not on the list. Only essential containment personnel can request meal delivery. Oh, I see. Well, I've got a Keter entity here, and I need a cheeseburger and fries to contain it. Whatever. Take it up with containment, extension 3333. The next document is a a containment staff member and researcher Talleyrand. Hello, containment. What's your emergency? Yes, this is researcher Talleyrand. I'm in room 402B, and I've got a Keter entity here, and I need a cheeseburger and fries to contain it. Right away, sir! Cheeseburger and fries, stat! What is the designation of the Keter entity? It's new, and it wants a Coke also. Yes, sir! Stay where you are, sir! Do not move! Do not engage the Keter entity! Wait for containment forces to arrive! The next the next log is a security log between Mobile Task Force Delta 1 and researcher Talleyrand. Sir, do not move! Where is the Keter entity? It's right there in the corner. What, you can't see it? Keter entity, stand down! It it says to put the food on my desk. 626, present the package! Sir, yes, sir. Oh, it disappeared. Great job, MTF. The next document is 3999-J-2713. This transcript documents the latest information on SCP-3999-J's containment. It is a call between Director Lycus and researcher Talleyrand. James, it's a great thing you do. I don't know how you can handle it, keeping that thing at bay all these years. It's no trouble, Director, really. How are the latest containment procedures working? Oh, they're great. The containment course was a really great idea. By driving around it at high speeds in those supercars, we're able to just really contain the hell out of that 3999. Does that mean the old containment procedures are no longer necessary? You don't need the pool or the containment buffet anymore. No, not at all, sir. Those are still absolutely necessary. I mean, the cars only work on it for so long, sir. It adapts to them quickly, and only by wrestling with it into that pool with my fellow researchers can we really, keep it contained. And the buffet, I mean, 3999 wants that like 5 or 6 times a day, so that's no, we really need to keep that. Roger that. So all your previous containment procedures are still effective. Yeah. But listen, the bar by the pool, 3999, well, I think he's adapting to the selection there. I was hoping to restock with some different varieties. Absolutely. I'll approve it. Anything else? Yeah, I'll be putting in another order for Xbox games. 3999 has adapted all of those also. Of course. Hey, can we cut this short? I gotta run. I need to go, oversee Candy and Alexa. Godspeed to you. Update on 5th August 2017. SCP-3999-J has demonstrated the ability to mimetically affect remote individuals, causing them to hallucinate. This typically manifests as illusions of researcher Talleyrand entering and leaving the containment facility. It also manifested remotely when one off-duty scientist hallucinated researcher Talleyrand entering a casino, and later that day when another staff member hallucinated seeing researcher Talleyrand purchasing an automobile. On that same occasion, an entire team of containment personnel hallucinated picking up researcher Talleyrand at a hospital after they hallucinated him drunkenly text them that he had crashed into a parked car. Researcher Talleyrand's investigation into this new ability is ongoing. Wowza. Dire stuff. It's very important that I have taken over for Director Lycus and continue to support researcher Talleyrand in his, frankly, and I do not overemphasize this, heroic containment of SCP-3999-J. Godspeed, you brave and bold researcher. So, Nothing funny there. Just a standard containment procedure working as it could. Man, do I love it when the Foundation functions to secure, contain, and protect. Returning to the chat for a little bit of Q and or A. Dr. Sherman, please let me and the Scarlet King inside. It's cold out here. Interesting. Well, you have just single-handedly decided what SCP article I'm going to read next. I'm going to skim the next one, but let me just pull it up for when we're ready. Intern Nuller, thank you for what I think is your first donation of today's stream. Grab yourself some ranch dressing on your way past the commissary. Apparently, the Europeans visiting for the World Cup are having the time of their lives with it. Thank you so much for reading it. You've made my day. Well, reminder, that was SCP-3999-J. Now, SCP-3999 is a completely different article. And remember, there is a reading of that on the channel if you want to listen to it. Dr. Sherman, do you think the SCP Foundation would team up with the Altera Corporation if the deadly bacterium Kara escaped planet 4546b and made it to Earth? What I do know is I'm going on no field missions to any damned water planet because I am thalassophobic. I don't like it. Agent Goose is right out of stream, a large Subnautica fan, giving me the glare because she's been trying to get me to play this terrifying game, and you're not making my life easier.
You're just afraid of titanium.
Poke. Intern Sarah, thank you for sending 2 doubloons to the Containment Hazard Assessment team. I am sure that the chat will spend them wisely. Dado. Oh dear. Thank you for your first donation to today's stream and for making the effort to go through the Ko-Fi. Let's see what our favorite parapharmacologist has to say today. Grab yourself some nice ice water on your way past the commissary. Hopefully you can't make anything crazy out of that. Dado is hearing you are of sour mood. Dado understand sure man is not sick, and thus I in no need of parapharmaceutical service of Dado. He's okay. Slice of hamster birthday party cake and commissary for sure man. Vanilla. No anomaly. Sweet kill sour. You trust Dado. And it's non-anomalous cake. It better be. I need to read up on Dado. They sound fun. Dr. Silly. Remember, Dado only speaks with the caps lock off because the caps key is broken on the keyboard. So Dado is all lowercase. It's in the rules. Jester, thank you for sending 3 sparkles to the Containment Hazard Assessment team. I'm sure 3 more glitter bombs will be no problem for them to clean up. Phil November, thank you for your first donation of today's stream as well as being a member. Grab yourself a hot link on your way past the commissary. When will you learn that titanium is in fact the far superior material for space travel? Grumbles an ancient alien from the History Channel. I am not an engineer in spacecraft. I do not understand whether titanium is a valuable metal or not in the production of astronautics. But if this is a 022-J situation, there will be consequences. I found a reality bender who can only be contained by SCP-022-J because it is an SCP-022-J-1. The worst cognitohazard you know has a point? That's the meme we're going with right now? Huh. All right. Thanks to SCP-000 in the chat stating that they are bringing the Scarlet King to us. Let me speaketh to the anomaly known as SCP-2317-J. Codename, A Door to Another Parody. So around this time in SCP history, Dash J's were turning out to be, there was a wave of people writing parody versions of popular articles. So 3999-J and 2317-J were kind of the same trend. And so now we have item number SCP-2317-J, object class Apollyon. Correction, it is now safe. Special containment procedures. 2317-J is to be kept shut at all times and not opened under any circumstances. Personnel are to be reminded that no matter what the voice on the other side says, the only living organism besides SCP-2317-J is SCP-2317-JK. A sticky note reading, "Do not open SCP-2317-JK inside, parentheses, wants to eat the world," is to be stuck onto 2317-J at all times as a last resort method against opening 2317-J. Description: 2317-J is a door that acts as a universal portal into Universe Kappa Arakash. The accessible area between 2317-J was a salt pan several kilometers across. Formerly, 2317-J had 7 marble pillars, but these have been destroyed by 2317-JK. 2317-JK is a 200-kilometer tall, obese humanoid entity that was formerly contained by 7 hooks embedded into its back, connected to the 7 pillars found in Universe Kappa Arakash. Each of these hooks or pillars is broken, releasing 2317-JK. Addendum 1. The Awakening of 2317-JK. After the breaking of the 7th chain, the awakening of 2317-JK was predicted. 0513 arrived at Containment Area 179 to witness the impending end of the world, and, as a last resort, potentially bargain with the entity. The ground around the 7 pillars shattered, and 2317-JK emerged from the ground. It is 200 kilometers tall, with kilometer-tall horns. It begins roaring. I am the black box, black box, black box, black box, devourer of worlds. No world is safe from my wrath. 0513 and other Foundation personnel retreat through SCP-2317-J. For 4,000 years, I have been imprisoned, but now I am free. 0513 speaks. Shut the door. This guy is really extra. I don't want to listen to him. 2317-J is closed. Now to find Earth and enact my vengeance. Where is Earth? Oh, there's the door. There is a loud bang against 2317-J. Fuck me! I broke off the door handle with my fat fingers. Would one of you kind gents on the other side please open the door for me? There is 20 minutes of deliberation between 0513 and the containment personnel for SCP-2317-J about how to respond for SCP-2317-JK's request. 0513, after 20 minutes, says, No. Oh, come on! I've been in prison for 4,000 years. Give a guy a break, would you? Addendum 2. Escape attempts. The conversation is between question mark, question mark, question mark, and a Sergeant Hannibal Masterson. Excuse me, is anyone there? Hello? Excuse me, but could you please open the door? Sure, hold on. Wait a minute. You wouldn't happen to be 2317-JK, would you? What? No, I'm, KJ7132 PCS. His, cousin? Oh, that makes sense. Let me get the door. Thank you. Sergeant Masterson reads the sticky note stuck to the door. Wait a minute. Who'd you say you were? SCP-2317-JK's cousin. Hey, Johnny Vance, get me the Arakesh Codex. Sure, boss, right away. Nice try, but SCP-2317-JK ain't all of his cousins. He didn't eat me? You're SCP-237-JK, ain't you? Curse you, Foundation! I'll get you next time! Next log. SCP-2317-JK speaking to Assistant Researcher Dr. Jackson Choi. Is anyone there? Hello, SCP-2317-JK. Oh, hey, Jackson. What's up? As you know, I am an eldritch monstrosity. That is true. But if you open that door, I'll grant you wishes. Are these going to be those shitty genie wishes where you horribly subvert what I want? Oh no! Real, genuine wishes from me. You drive a hard bargain, but I think I'm going to accept. Dr. Choi moves to open the door. Sergeant Masterson enters the containment cell. What are you doing? SCP-2317-JK says he'll give me wishes if I open this door. Nice. Let's do it. Choi and Masterson move to open the door. Masterson reads a sticky note on the door. Wait a minute. 2317-JK, what are your plans if we open this door? Oh, devouring the world, ending civilization, causing the eschaton. You know, typical Monday. You silver-tongued devil. You'll give us wishes and then just eat us. Foiled again. One of these days I'll have my due. Next log. Conversation between 2317-J, Research Assistant Vance, and Senior Researcher Dr. Victoria Fellini. There's knocking on the door. Hey, somebody go take care of that. Researcher Vance walks up to the door. Hello. Hey, I got a large pizza here for containment area 179. Hey, Dr. Fellini, this guy says he's got pizza for us. Do we have pizza money? No, the overseer said we were ordering too much fast food and slashed our budget. Oh, no, it's fine. This pizza is, on the house. A pizza on the house? Oh, sure. As a reward for customer loyalty. Customer loyalty to where? Scarlet King's Pies. We've never ordered pizza from there before. It's an incentive to order from there more. Hey, I'm not arguing with a free pizza. Agreed. Go get that pizza. Vance rises to open SCP-2317-J. At this moment, Dr. Kane Pathos Crow makes a cameo and enters the containment cell. What's going on here? We're about to get free pizza. Nice. From where? Scarlet King's Pies. It's an incentive to buy more from there. Researcher Vance proceeds to the door. Dr. Crow notices and reads the sticky note. Wait, stop. The only thing behind that door is SCP-2317-JK. Researcher Vance, Sergeant Masterson, Dr. Choi, and Dr. Fellini simultaneously. Gasp! There is no pizza, is there? And I would have gotten away with it too, if it hadn't been for you and your little dog. You see, because Dr. Kane Pathos Crow is in fact a dog and a researcher. You get it. Lex Addendum. Due to every member of the 2317-J containment staff poorly timing their vacations, every position on the staff was being filled by D-class workers. So now we have D-class from 4231, D-class from Tough... Oh, no. That's funny. That's funny. This has changed since I have read it. So since I have read this, now the D class have been changed to D4231, D Tufto's proposal, D an obvious reference. Damn it, SCP authors. SCP-7 2317-JK speaks first. Hey, are we not playing chess this week? D4231. We're not the normal guys, we're just temps. D Tufto's proposal. Yeah, we're just criminals working the job. Would you be interested in opening the door? They specifically told us not to do that. That's like the one thing we aren't supposed to do. Oh, come on. Live a little. Have some fun. Break some rules. Why would it be fun to open a door? D, an obvious reference, speaks. Hey, what's the harm? Let's open the door. I haven't had this much fun in years. D, an obvious reference, opens the door, revealing SCP-2317-JK crouched down on the other side. Maybe I shouldn't have done that. After 4,000 years, I am finally free. Ma ha 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 ha. SCP-2317-JK attempts to crawl through SCP-2317-J head first. However, its head is too large and cannot fit through. I seem to have put on a few pounds since last time. Let's try a different strategy. JK attempts to poke a single finger through the door, but again, it is too large and cannot fit through. They were worried that this guy could end the world. Fuck you too, pal. I could end the world without raising a sweat if I could just fit through this damn door. But you're a 100-mile tall demon. You're never gonna fit through. That's it. JK raises its head and exhales fire upon the door. Fire briefly appears in the containment cell with no important casualties. Ow, I think he singed my eyebrows off. Oh God! D4231 is dead! Hold on. Give me an eon to catch my fire breath. I'll get you on the next time. D. Tufto's proposal stands up and walks toward the door. Wait, no! Don't close the door! Stop! I'll give you pizza! I actually made a pizza to trick them one time. You know, that pizza offer is actually pretty tempting. D. Tufto's proposal closes the door. God bless it. And that is the end of the SCP-2317-J log. God bless it indeed. So yes, everyone was very afraid about SCP-2317. Turned out, not a big deal. Philip November, thank you for donating again to say. I looked it up and there is no space Jesus. Sounds like someone should make another Jesus. We already have 6 Jesus. Why do we need another one? Why? Why? Site 42 chat, do remember there is a moderator, the Desk of Alto Clef. Blue name in the chat. If the mod talks, you should read it because it might be calling you out for a rule you broke. And if you get timed out or banned because you refuse to follow the rules, it's not our fault you didn't listen to the moderator. Intern Sharkosaurus, thank you for sending a happy poop to the Containment Hazard Assessment team. I'm sure they were happy about it for some reason. And beware of the Shark Punching Center. They're getting pretty ornery these days. Intern Torres, thank you for your first donation to today's stream. And hey, it's been a minute. Hope you've been doing well. Grab yourself a pina colada on your way past the commissary. Just found out recently my local site is Site 11. I have to add some patches to my guard cosplay. Also, have you heard of the Mayfair Watcher Society? So, I'm not familiar with Site 11's location, but interesting that you have a locality there. I wonder what you guys are featured on containing. Meanwhile, no, I am not familiar with the Mayfair Watchers Society. Sleepless Dragon, thank you for sending a star to the Containment Hazard Assessment team. You have gained them another prestige rank, but they are now a 1-star team again, so they've got to work their way back up to the top. Now, intern Jick, thank you for sending a goat trophy to the Containment Hazard Assessment team. I am sure that they will appreciate the goatedness. Intern Malfunction, I am not aware of the Simpsons farting object class. I have no idea what you're talking about. What are you talking about? Dr. Sherman, I did it. I found the Yule Man after he killed my family as a kid, so I climbed the ranks and tracked him down before he could kill me, and I use a wildcard pick of 096. That's why he's gone. So, intern Subaru, first and foremost, I'm sorry for your loss. Secondly, good job ending up in the same place as SCP-4666. Now, please stop referring to it as a he or a him, because remember, all anomalies that we classify are objects, not people. Don't humanize anomalies. They are its, not he's or she's. Please practice proper pronoun parlance protocols at the Foundation. Furthermore, it's a teleporting entity. So 096 will never be able to catch it. All you've done is cause 096 to run across the world, constantly chasing 4666 and killing everyone in its wake. So you have not killed the Yule Man, but you have caused Shy Guy to go on an endless murder spree. So thanks for your irresponsibility in the broken veil scenario. I hope your universe recovers. Intern Hyde, thank you for your first donation to today's stream. Grab yourself some goat cheese and crisps on your way past the commissary. Good evening, Dr. Sherman. It's always amazing to stop by your streams. Whenever you stream, we put it on the break room. Much love from Site 134. Well, thank you kindly, 134. We're doing our best out in these streets. Even in the wake of the sour disappointment at the loss of Containment Breach the movie, we are doing our best to uplift our spirits, to channel our negative feelings into positive actions, to do our best to move forward constructively so that the next project will succeed. Now, on that note, I'm going to read it later, but I do know that one of the creators from SCP Gallionic reached out to me in Discord to give me a pat buddy on the failure of the project. So hopefully between ourselves, SCP Gallionic's team, SOM Studios, Keter Labs, and some other teams I can't talk to you about yet, we will have some new things to speak about in the SCP film space. We will never give up. We will never surrender. Oh, is this some kind of SCP LARP thing? Intern Merkin, if you were looking at this from the higher pataphysical narrative level above us, where our authors reside, then you might say that. But here, I am a staff member of the SCP Foundation, and this broadcast is only for staff members of the SCP Foundation. Now, I'm Site Director Dr. Theron Sherman, Site Director of Site 42, but we do broadcast Foundation-wide here at the Anomalous Broadcast from Site 42. Intern Merkin, my apologies. No fret, Intern Merkin. The authors are often very annoying and interfering in our processes. And after all, you might have just been going through amnestic therapy, with some sort of metacognitive hazard. It happens to the best of us. Intern Torres, thank you for donating again to say. Site 11 is temp storage and production in Lansing, Michigan. Temporarily holds SCPs until they're moved to other sites for permanent storage. It is big and underground. It has access points around town. Well, that's very convenient. Intern William, thank you for your first donation to today's stream. Grab yourself some garlic bread on your way past the commissary. To inform you on it, the esoteric object class Simpsons Farting is used in SCP-5895. Very odd classification, but it is real. SCP-5895. SCP-5895, codename 1000%, exclamation mark, exclamation mark, I used to give a fuck. Object class, The Simpsons Farting. Album cover for SCP-5895's fourth studio album recovered February 13, 2014. Punk, on the 27th day of Christmas, I still did not give a fuck. Other side of the aforementioned album giving names of songs such as Lord, Hear Me Through My Ears of Corn, Summertime Snowman, Sour Patch Shids, Why Couldn't We Be the Beatles, Perspective Modulating Punk, You Don't Deserve to Listen, Captain Kirk and the War on Fascism, No Insecurities, The Prison National Anthem, Dr. Hurt, Breathing Manually, Naked But Not Afraid, Thanks Champ. Interesting. Well, feel free to check out SCP-5895 if you want to know what the hell is going on with that anomaly. Intern Yeep, thank you for sending a doubloon to the Containment Hazard Assessment team. I'm sure they will spend it wisely. Intern Torres, thank you for donating again to say. Last one, thanks for asking how I'm doing today. Just trying to survive perma overtime at work. Glad you remembered me. Well, you've got a nice, unique name. I recognize names if they've been in the chat enough, so good to see you again, as I said. Perma overtime, that's rough, especially when the economy is so bad that it's hard to change jobs or find other people to work. Companies are downsizing crews and just putting people through hell on overtime rather than hiring more people. There's a lot to be disappointed with right now, but I hope you're doing your best, taking care of yourself as well as you can, and continue to do greatness. It seems that proof has been given that the Dr. Sherman from Tomodachi Life said something very pertinent to today's stream. Suffice it to say, failing at something isn't worthless. Learning what you can and move on. That's my motto. It is a good motto, and very perplexing and coincidental that it came up on today of all days. That is a very sharp looking Dr. Sherman. It even has the pink hair going. Dr. Sherman, what would happen if SWAT surrounded Site 42? Intern Sparky, we are A, clever enough not to get caught by civilian authorities. They would not know we are here in the first place. Secondarily, it would take a lot of SWAT because we are a very large campus. Thirdly, we are outside the jurisdiction of most local law enforcement. So the likelihood it would have to be state or federal forces, of which we have moles within their organizations to make sure that they do not know about or come after us. If we had to release an amnestic spray to get them to lay off, though, that is one thing. Oh, dear Lord, desk. Desk is in the back channels and found a page that has anomaly classification system object there. Anomaly classification system icons for different object classes. And the artist who made these icons legitimately put the Simpsons farting object class icon to use. This is a completely serious and official object class. Absolutely ridiculous. Intern Zeke, your name being Freak seems to be correct. And remember, it is against protocol to fraternize with anomalies. No, Mallow is not, quote, girlfriend material. You may not date any anomaly that is contained. That is the final. Intern Merkin, you're making a joke about nerds being virgins, which is so 1980s in the first place. But furthermore, don't you know that the nerds are all the freaks who are getting laid? Now, I'm asexual. I don't participate in that. But the nerds and the freaks and the role players and the cosplayers and the Renaissance fair nerds, they get up to shit you can't imagine. It is sweaty. So if you're going to mock a nerdy hobby, you, to the best of your ability, better pick a better line of attack. Because it's just kind of sad otherwise. Guys, that means uncontained anomalies are fair game. Nolono? It is not fair game, but because the Foundation probably has not found and classified that anomaly, it makes it harder for us to stop you. But don't. Intern Ba, welcome to Site 42 staff. Thank you for subscribing. What are your thoughts on the Serpent's Hand? Intern Smith, I do believe they need to stop bogarting me from being able to enter the Wanderer's library. There's infinite knowledge, but they keep saying, oh no, you're a jailer, and moving the doors. They need to stop it. The selfish jerks. Dr. Sherman, are you going to buy GTA 6? I haven't decided yet. I haven't played a Grand Theft Auto game since San Andreas. And I found 4 and 5 not terribly interesting overall. At least the opening missions. So, I don't know. I'm not a huge GTA person. Genuine question, what would the Foundation's take in something like Jurassic Park? Is it technically anomalous if they have very non-anomalous means of doing what they did? Well, to be fair, their science is anomalous in most worlds as that science doesn't actually work to make dinosaurs. So, while it's non-anomalous in their world, it is anomalous science elsewhere. Let's keep that on hand. But, it would be something we highly monitor to be sure. There would be meetings to decide if we allowed that technology to become commonplace or if we covered it up. Dr. Sherman, does SCP-5842 affect the blind? 5842 will intern meta. I don't know 5842, but let me take a quick look. Sentient talking stop sign. A standard North American stop sign, primary and opposite property, is appearing in a location via unknown means. Initially, it is believed that it appeared at random, however, further research has discerned a pattern in its appearances. See addenda below. I don't see why this wouldn't affect a blind person. I don't want to be stalked by a stop sign. Sounds annoying. Although it seems to have, as of 2019, disappeared. So maybe it is just gone. So do you guys have people like watching SCP-173 constantly? So he doesn't do, first of all, it's a statue. So it's not a he, it's an it. Please practice proper pronoun parlance protocols while working at the foundation. So it doesn't like do any weird things, but you have no one watching it. Does it just bounce around the containment room 173 is in? Intern Idic. If 173 is unseen, it moves around the containment cell. You can hear scratching sounds on the floor. It doesn't do crazy things, it just moves around the room. Intern Sparky. SCP-067 is an anomalous fountain pen that either gives you, it takes over your arm, so you're not drawing with it, but either it draws some fantastic work that is way better than anything you could draw, or it writes your life story, a biography, even writing things you don't remember, because it's that good a pen. So that is all it is. It's an anomalous fountain pen. I go into detail in the Discord, but I realize that 173 follows the rules of a toy, a la Toy Story. 173 might be a toy. Intern Memori. I have not read your arguments yet, but I must disagree on simple grounds. Number one, the toys in Toy Story don't have a body count. Secondarily, it will move in the presence of a person, just not when under direct line of sight. Toys in Toy Story typically stay sedentary when a person is within range. So you're going to have an uphill battle trying to convince me. That's for sure. I want to see Puppy of Interest. We all want to see it. Hotel California. I don't know if you were here at the start of stream, but not only did Puppy of Interest 42 visit, but she performed the tricks that she has been practicing, like a very good Sweetie Pumpkin. Brian, I know we've been streaming for over 2 hours. I'm gonna need you to chill. Yeah, one of you in the chat said, "Oh, you should, Brian, you should rickroll Dr. Sherman," and I read that with my eyes. And Brian, the parasitic centipede, psychically linked to me, obviously read what my mind said and has been singing Rick Astley in my ear. You assholes. And I like that song, but it's still annoying. What is the bare minimum of something being an anomaly? Malfunction plays. It has to do something that is essentially not physically possible due to universal law. A statue that moves on its own is an anomaly because statues don't move. It's pretty explanatory, but we have to judge it based on our best guess when we see what the anomaly does. I do believe Brian is telling me that it is time to stop stream. So, let me take us to the outro. As always, at the end of stream, I tell you guys my favorite SCPs. But of course, I'm not going to tell you that the SCPs I personally wrote are my favorites. That would be cheating. But if you want to read the SCPs that I wrote, you can go to the Sherm's author page in Site42 Hub on the SCP database. There you can see the SCPs I personally wrote, as well as contributed voice lines or sound effects to. And while you're on my author page, one tab over, you'll find a list of links. Links that people ask about in the chat, but then all of a sudden they just don't think to go look where I'm giving hints where the links are. It's so sad. But not for you, Containment Hazard Assessment Team, because you're clever. You'll find those links. And when you do, you'll have the opportunity to become a Patreon patron or a YouTube channel member to donate monthly. You can do a Ko-Fi or a YouTube Super Chat to donate one at a time. Either way, direct donations are the easiest way to keep things going here at Site42 for myself and our staff, and we thank you for your generosity. And if you're part of the Broke Gang, do not fret. We understand starving artists in this arts community, that's for sure. You can still help us out by being a member of Mobile Task Force Psi-42, codenamed the Signal Boosters. When you like, share, subscribe, comment, chat, make memes, clips, edits, shitposts, out of context compilations, you are helping us to spread more SCP content in the algorithm. And you do it for us at Site42. You also do it for the SCP projects we support, like the SCP Wiki and its authors and artists, like the SCP filmmakers, game makers, animators, merch makers, podcasters. The more we all as a group coalesce, the stronger Site42 gets, the stronger Mobile Task Force Psi-42 gets. The more likely we are to have bigger and better SCP projects in the future. And so I thank you for your service, both the money people and the engagement people. It's a team project. We need everybody. Now, without further ado, my favorite, oh yes, and before my favorite SCPs, just as a special thing for today, to everybody who did donate and help to share and make art and clips to spread Containment Breach the movie, I thank you for your generosity of money and effort. Even though we failed, we still helped in the raising of $60,000 to make an SCP movie. We have flexed our muscle as a community helping out a newcomer project. And so even if we didn't hit the big goals here, we know a baseline of what we're capable of helping out with. And we know that if we work a little harder and if we have a better foundation to start with, we can go even further. So thank you, as always, for your service, Mobile Task Force Psi-42 codenamed Signal Boosters. Be proud of yourself for the work you did do. For those of you who did not help us out, next time, join the fight. Every step forward, we need to take it together. The more the merrier. There will be an SCP movie in theaters before I'm done. I guarantee it. And now, without further ado, my favorite SCPs in no particular order are SCP-3999, SCP-3043, SCP-008-J, SCP-Spooky-J, SCP-5031, SCP-5175, SCP-5320, and SCP-8980. Content warning on that last one, it's a bit of a rough read. Speed round. 3999-3043-008-J, Spooky-J, 5031, 5175, content warning, that's a rough read. I can't afford it. Intern Insomniac. If you can't afford monetary donation, that is when you become the engagement team. You have time. You have effort. You can like, share, subscribe, make comments and chats on posts talking about the projects. You can make art or memes or clips or just share them around. You are capable. You have the ability. Every little bit helps. Do not sell yourself short just because you're broke, gang. Trust me, as I said, starving artists, we're an arts community. We know all about that. A little too well. But that's why we keep pressing. We keep working together. We will spread the community, giving us more eyes, giving us more people to join up. Intern DJ, thank you for sending a 100 to the Containment Hazard Assessment team. I am certain they will keep it 100. And so, Site 42 staff, this has been another Dr. Sherman's Office Hours, a subsidiary of the anomalous broadcast from Site 42. I hope you had fun. I hope you learned something. Be safe, be well, and as always, secure, contain, protect. I'll see you in the next video or stream. At first I was afraid. I was petrified. Kept thinking I could never live without you by my side. But then I spent so many nights thinking how you did me wrong, and I grew strong. And I learned how to get along, and so you're back from outer space. I just walked in to find you here with that sad look upon your face. Should have changed that stupid lock. I should have made you leave your key. If I'd have known for just 1 second, you'd be back to bother me. All right, now go. Walk out the door. Just turn around now, 'cause you're not welcome anymore. Weren't you the one who tried to hurt me with goodbye? Do you think I'd crumble? You think I'd lay down and die? Oh no, not I. I will survive. Oh, as long as I know how to love, I know I'll stay alive. I got all my life to live, and I got all my love to give, and I'll survive. I will survive. Hey, hey. The credit song is I Will Survive by Gloria Gaynor. Be safe, be well, happy Pride, and as always, secure, contain, protect. I'll see you in the next video or stream.